Hi everybody, hello and welcome back to the Edith Holden Lapbook. We left it yesterday where we were doing the second section of the book, second of 4 sections to go in the Lapbook itself. And this is how far we'd got. We'd made that flips upwards. That's just beautiful. It's got a journaling card in, this little postcard that flaps out like that, and we made a little journaling card to go in there like so. And that comes down and it gets around there. That's that. So we're on to this section. Now this section, you will be glad to know, is easy McPeasy. Really is. It is. Where have I put them? Here. It's one sheet that goes, one page of Edith that goes on the back like that. And for mine, I've chosen the foxgloves because I absolutely adore them. And I don't want to put anything over them to hamper you being able to see the beauty of them. But I have, however, made 2 flips that will go either side. So the flips measure 6 3/4 by kind of 6 3/4 really, but 6 3/4 square. But then I've scored it 1/2 inch there that's going to go over, so that'll be 6 1/4 when it's finished. Yeah, just about, by 6 3/4. So I made it out of the these beautiful roses. Oh, I love them, the dog roses. And this page here. And all I'm going to do, I mean, this really is ridiculously simple. I'm going to stick that one down at the bottom, this one up towards the top, and that will be our page. And you'll just be able to flip them out and see, oh, beautiful foxgloves. So let's get those stuck. I've got pieces everywhere for pages, and oh my goodness me. So I'm just going to, I've backed them onto cream card, so they're fairly solid and there's good journaling to be had, because apart from them there's no journaling on the page, but that is quite a lot. So let's get these stuck on, and as I say, I want it almost at the bottom, and I want to make sure that it folds over and lies flat like that. Marvellous. So turn over to the back and give it a good push down. Lovely. And I'm going to do the same with the one at the top. It's the same, it's got cream card inside for journaling. So I need to put the glue down there. Have a think about which side you need your glue on, because it's really easy to put it on the wrong side. So that's that there. I'm just going to turn this round, and I want that almost at the top, like so. Fold it over, make sure that it's happy there, it's not springing back up, and then give it a good push down. And then that in its entirety gets stuck onto our base. So it's the easiest of pages, to be honest, but very, very effective. You know, I like the interaction of the flippy flappies, and I love when you open the flippy flappies that you get a full view of that foxglove, because that is a thing of beauty. Well, I mean, Edith in its entirety is, isn't it, really? We're very fortunate that she left us our journal and her nature notes, which is possibly even prettier, if it's possible. They're not so easy to come by, the nature notes, actually. A lot of, you know, you can come by the country diary book, but the nature notes, not so readily. Right, so let's get this stuck onto here, in between the 2 spines, like that. Oh, that's just marvellous. Just marvellous. So let's open those up and give this a good firm press down. There we go. Once again, I've forgotten to ink it, but I'll just ink the top and bottom. And when everything's stuck really dry, I'll be able to turn it back on the spine and ink those bits too. There we are. Lovely, isn't that lovely? It's simple, but yeah, but it works well. Lovely, that's that. Okay, so our next thing, we've got this 1/4 inch spine here, and then this small piece here. So what I propose to do with that is, first off, cover this side looking at us, with this, the piece of text from May. So that's just going to go on there, like that. So I am going to ink around that. I would have done it if I'd remembered, but it won't take but a second. Well, maybe a minute. To nip around here. There we are. So I'm just going to stick that onto there, and ultimately I will paint some flowers and put them on there, so we've got that theme of the painted flowers that we had in the first section going all the way through the Lapbook. It's a good idea if you can do that. You know, it's everything coordinates, then it all looks like it belongs and that you've thought about it in advance. Which sometimes I do. But I do like the idea of the flowers, the painted flowers, going all the way through. There we go, and nothing more to it than just stick this down on there. Straightforward, like that. There we go. So as I say, our painted flowers will go on there once I get them done. I haven't got any ready at the minute. There we are. And on this side, I'm going to make a pocket. And I'm going to make it with this, which I love. I love that image. It's one of my favourite ones in the book. She's described it as common broom, and I'm sure she's right. We have things that look quite similar, but we refer to them as gorse bushes, and they're a bit more scrubby than that. Not quite so nice. So I'm going to back this pocket onto this card just to give it a bit of substance. And also I want to put this the right way up, of course, along there, because I want to put a thumb notch in my pocket, and if I do, you'll see through to here. So I need to I need to ink it. I don't know why I haven't inked anything. And that way then, when we've got the thumb notch, you'll see this and it'll look all nicely finished. It's things like that that do make a difference actually with your journal. You don't need to do the sides or anything else, just down there, just that bit might get seen. So let's glue that on. It's so difficult when you have to cut up images like the one on the other side of this, because it's beautiful, absolutely beautiful, but I love the text. So a sacrifice has to be made. I think this might be just marginally too long. If it is, we'll just trim it. So that goes right up to the edge of there. Lovely, just like that. Managed to get some glue on there. There we are. So that's going like that. This is getting stuck onto this piece of card, and then that will be the other part of our pocket. Oh my goodness, my hands are so gluey. So let's stick that onto there first anyway. So this section is easier than yesterday's section. But if I'd added it onto the back, to the tail end of yesterday's section, it would have made the video far too long. You'd have been asleep. And so would I. There we go. So this is just the card I've been using throughout. I'm going to use this side because I know this side's square. The other side I've been cutting into. So just square that up there. And this measures 2 3/4, which is what it should measure. That's what we measured it at when we made it. So hooray, nothing's gone wrong. So I'm just going to cut round there. I find it easier to do it this way. There we go, lovely. So before I ink round it, I'm just going to put my thumb notch in. This measures 9 inches, so I'm going to put my thumb notch in 4.5. There, just get my punch out. Yeah, that's the right side, just double checking everything's okay. And just make my thumb notch. There we are, lovely. Now I can ink all the way around it and get that stuck down. It feels to me like it's slightly too long, but that just could be me thinking things. But we'll see in a second. So there we are, that's Edith backed onto the card, thumb notch and inked around. And that's going to go onto there, like that, exactly like that. Let's see, no, it's perfect length. But you see that, where the thumb notch is, you can just see that little bit of text. So that pleases me. I know it's something and nothing, I know that. But it just looks like you cared enough. As my mum would have said, don't spoil the ship for a barrel full of tar. Something like that, I don't know. Don't even know what it means. I'm not a shipbuilder. There we go, so let's get this stuck on there. Make sure we've got the front edge nicely in place. There we are, that's lovely, lovely job. Got a bit of gluage situation there, but that's all right. There we are. So that's our side pocket. Imagine the flowers on there, they'll look very pretty. And then we've got this. So what we need there is a journaling card. And I've gone ahead and made one because I know you all know how to make journaling cards. So I've made it out of that, put a tab on the side, and that's going to go in there, like so. I'm not going to force the issue, it will go in further, but you've just watched me glue it, so I don't want that to get stuck in there. So let's turn that over, and this will be the front bit. This is the bit that we'll see when we open the journal. So the first thing is I want to put this is page 63, it's text really, and I want to put that at the top like that. So I'm going to ink around the 3 sides, not the bottom, you don't need to ink the bottom, just these 3 sides. They're the ones that will be visible. And we're going to stick that on at the top. think my glue just had it in its mind it was going to play up there. I've just caught it in time. When I've had days like this and been sticking a lot, the glue that's on my fingers is ridiculous. Okay, so this goes right to the top on that section. Lovely, that's perfect. Right, so the next piece that I used was the iris page. I mean, this is the page that you're going to see when you just open the journal. So I wanted it to be something really, really pretty. And I love these irises, I really do. So I've cut them down. They measure 7.5 by, of course, the 6.5 that they all do. And I haven't I haven't put anything on the back, but what I have done is put some washi tape along there and cut my thumb notch in. The washi tape will just help to make it slightly more sturdy so it won't tear. And I'm just going to pop that in there. I haven't got gussets or anything on this. The width of the Edith pages and the width that I've made my journal, I haven't got enough room to put gussets on. There's not enough paper. I could put separate gussets on, but I think for this it doesn't need it. I'm just putting one journaling card in it and I think we'll be fine. I mean, that's a really pretty page as well, isn't it? So the idea of putting the washi tape at the top is, you can use that for lots of things. It's just to lend a bit more support to paper that you think might be just a little bit fragile. So straight along the bottom and up the sides like that. I've got a bit of a glue problem going on. There we go. So that's that. That looks lovely. Really nice. Come on, you didn't ink it. Oh my goodness, what's wrong with me? I bet you're all sitting there going, you haven't inked it. Well, you're right, I haven't. Usually when I get prepared like this, I make sure everything's inked first. And I've forgotten to do that, and then I forget to do it when I put them on. Dear, oh dear. And particularly this piece, it's the piece that you see first. Right, there we are. That is now inked. So let's just stick this on again. There we go. Marvellous. Marvellous. Let's try that again then. That's great. Lovely. That's fab. I love that, and I'm not putting anything else on it. The irises absolutely speak for themselves. I have, however, made a journaling card, a really large one. Same thing, that ivory card that I've got, and that picture, which I can't think I've ever used in an Edith journal before, because it's quite difficult to use because it's sort of wide. But in this case, I wanted it tall as well, so it fitted in really nicely. And that's just going to go into that pocket, which I'm not going to do now because you've just seen me glue it, and it'll either all fall apart or this will get stuck in it for life. So that's that anyway. So that is the end of that section. There wasn't too much still to do. That's the first section that we did yesterday. And then this section, I can probably push that in a little bit now, yeah, to there. With the flippy floppy, the journal card folds out, a flower thing there. Then these two flippy floppies that fold out with journaling on the back, and the beautiful foxglove. And then on this, which feels like it's the back, but actually it's the front, we've got the iris and our journaling card. So there you go, guys. If you carry on with that and get yourselves caught up with where I am, then middle of next week, something like that, I'll carry on with the third section of the Lapbook. I'll have this all stuck in and flowers in and everything. And we'll carry on with the third section and see what we're going to do for that. Okay then, well, thanks very much for joining me. I hope to see you really soon. Bye for now. Bye.